Hey guys, welcome to the Creative Arena. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this epic container grade review on Scroll Trigger. Now, if you're using the Elementor free version or the Elementor Pro version, you'll be able to achieve this effect easily. All you just need to do is to follow it step by step. At the end of this tutorial, we're going to create something that looks like this. Okay, so now when we scroll, we can refresh this page so you see it's a live page. We can refresh it. Okay, so now when you begin to scroll, this is what you're going to have. You're going to see your container revealing itself like that, and then when you scroll back up, you're gonna have them come back and they're all hidden. You scroll down, you have it like that. Okay, and we also have this eye grabber here whereby you have the image moving in different directions just to catch the attention of your visitors. And we'll have each of the containers here. You can see that the background, it's kind of like it's alive. If you look closely, you see them moving. Okay, I'll show you how to achieve all this. As you can see now, you can use this particular effect just like I've used it here to showcase why choose us and our philosophy. You can also use it to showcase your product. You can use it to showcase your services and many other ways depending on how creative you are. So without further delay, let's dive in and get started. In our Elementor editing screen, what I'm going to do here is I'll click on this plus icon, select the flashbulb container, then I'll select the structure here, set the content width to full width, minimal height, touching the name from pixel to VH, and give it the value of 100. Then I'll come over here, justify content to the center, align item to the center. Additional option, I'm going to set the overflow to be hidden. Go to the style option. For the background type, I set it to classic and give it the background color of hash OFOCOC. Okay. Then I'm going to come over here to have the advanced settings and give it a padding of 100 pixel all around. Now for reference purposes, I'm just going to call this one here main wrapper. Then within the main wrapper, I'm going to add another container within it. So come over here, set the content width to be full width. Now for the container layout, I'm going to set it to be grid. Okay. Now for the width, I'll change the unit from percentage to pixel and give it a value of 1200 pixel and a minimal height value of 500 pixel. Okay. Then I'll come over here, justify item to the center and align item to the center. Now that I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do here is I'll come over here to add element, and then I'm going to add a container within it. Okay, so now for this container here, what I'll do here is I'll leave the width at 100%, and then for the height, I'm going to set the height to be 250. Then I'll come over here to where we'll have our style option, and then for the background type, I'm going to add an image to the background. I'll select this image here and add it. Okay, then set the position to be center, and then I'll set the display size to be cover. Okay, then I'll come over here to the border, give it a border radius of 20 pixel all around and a border type solid, and I'm going to set the border width to be 2 pixel and the border color to be somewhat like this and a little bit transparent. Okay, so this is what we'll have for our first container. Okay, then I'm just going to come over here and add another container here. Okay, for this container here, the width is to be 100%, and then for the minimum height, I'm going to set the value to be 250. Then come over here for the item, justify item, I'm going to set it to the end. Direction, I'll set it to column vertical. Okay, then I'll come over here to the gaps, I'll set the gap to be 10 pixel. Now I'll go to the style option, then come over here to the border, set the border type to be solid, give it a border width of 2 pixel, and the border color should be the same with this first container. So we're just going to come over here and then let's copy the border color here. So we'll have exactly the same border color. Then I'll come over here and I'll paste that. Come over here to the border radius and set it to 20 pixel all around. Okay, so this is what we'll have here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do here is I'll just come over here to add element, and then I'm going to add a heading widget here. Okay, now for this text here, I'll set this text to be 01, set the HTML tag to be H3, come over here to the style option, alignment, I set it to the center. Then for the typography, I set it font family to be Poppins. You can set it to be whatever font family you want. And then for the size, I'm going to set the size to be REM 1.3 REM. And then I'll come over here and set the color to be white. like that. Okay, then I'll come over to this container here, just a quick one, go to the advanced settings, unlink this to the left, I'll set it to be 10, to the bottom I'll set it to be 20 pixels, to the right I'll set it to be 10. Now I'll come back to add element, and then I'm just gonna, let me duplicate this one here to be fast. So come over here for the text here, I'll set it to be focus. HTML tag, I'll set it to be H2. Go to the style option for the font size. I'm gonna set this font size to be 2 rem. Okay, then I'll come over here and add a text editor right below the focus text, and then I'll reduce the font, the length here to be like that. Okay, then I'll go to the style option, alignment, I set it to the center, typography, I set it to be all pins. Then for the font size, I'm just gonna set the font size to be 14 pixel, or let's say 15 pixel, like that. Then I'll come over here to the text color and I'll set the color to be white. Okay, so this is what we'll have here. Okay, all right, so now that we've done this, the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add a CSS class to our container, because we're going to duplicate this card multiple times. Okay, so in order to avoid adding CSS classes every time to make the video very long, I'm just going to add a CSS class here, so when we duplicate it we don't need to do that. All right, so I'll come over here, this is a CSS class we're going to add there. I'll just copy it out and then add the CSS class to it, and I'll do the same for this one here, this first card here. I'll add the CSS class to it as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here before we proceed, we're going to set the responsiveness of our card. So I'll just check it out on tablet. Now I'll come over here to the main wrapper. Now I'm going to unlink this. For the top, I'll set it to 100, to the left 20, to the right 20, to the left 20, and then to the bottom 100 as well. Okay, then I'll come over here to the grid. Now for the width, I'm going to change it from pixel to percentage and set it to 100%, like that. For the minimum height, I'm going to leave it as is. Then I'll come over here to the container, this first container here, go to the width and set the width here to be 250 pixel, and then the height is also going to be 250 pixel. For this other one here, I'll do the same, set it to 250 pixel as well. And then for this text here, I'll reduce the font here to be like okay, like 13 pixel, like that. Okay, so this is what we'll have here, and this looks great. Okay, so let's check it out on mobile. Now on mobile, we're going to come over here on mobile. For this first container here, we're going to set the width to be 300 pixel, and the second container we're also going to set the width to be 300 pixel, and every other thing looks perfect. Okay, and then come over here. For this here, we can leave it as it is, or we can come over here and set it to, let's do this 100, and let's set this to 10 pixel, and let's set this to 100. Okay, so now this looks better. So now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go over here, we'll set the responsiveness of our design. I'll just come over here and I'll duplicate this, duplicate it again, duplicate it again, duplicate it again. So we now have 6 containers like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'll come over here to this last container here. I'm going to delete this here, and then come over here to set the justify content to the center, and then the alignment, align items, I'll set it to the center as well. Now for this text here, I'm going to change the text here to be why choose us. Okay, then I'll come over to the style option, and then I'll increase this a little bit to 1.5. Then for the weight, I'll set the weight to be 400, like that. Then I'm going to set the color here to be somewhat black, like this. Okay, then I'll come over to this other one here, and I'll set this here to be our philosophy. Sorry, that's wrong spelling. Our philosophy. Okay, so now I'll come over here to the style option for this, and I'll set the color here to be black, like that. Okay, so now that I've done that, the next thing I'll do here, I'll come over to this container here, and then come to the style option and set the background type to be classic and give it the background color of white, so we can see what we'll have here. Then finally, I'll come over to add element, and I'll add an image right above this, and I'll come over here and I'll add this logo. In your case, you can set your logo icon in that particular page if you want to replicate this exact design. or you can be creative and create whatever you want, but just follow this principle so you make sure that the effect works perfectly. Okay, so this is what we'll have here. All right, this looks great. So the next thing we're going to do here is I'm just going to come over. Let's check it out on tablet. Okay, this looks okay. On mobile, it also looks okay on mobile. Now you do not need to worry about how it appears here on tablet, but it's going to look fine when you check it on real life tablet. Okay, so now let's come over here to the desktop view. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over here and pause this video while I change the various content in this container here. So we'll have varieties of content and it makes it look better. Okay, so I've successfully changed the various content. As you can see here, this is what we'll have here now. We'll have number 1, focus, 2, work, strategy, product. Oh, I forgot to change this to number 4. So let's just turn this up to number 4. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the various CSS classes that is left, and then we add our code on our effect take place instantly. So I'll come over here to this main wrapper container, go to the advanced settings, and I'll come over here to where we'll add our CSS class. So I'm going to go to my code and I'll copy this one here. Now we're left with just one CSS class. So I'm going to tell you the effect of that particular CSS class should you choose to use it. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'll come over here to add element. Let's scroll down and search for the HTML widget and I'll drag it and drop it here. Now I'll go back to my code editor and I'll copy out the code. This is where we'll have the CSS code and the GSAP JavaScript code here. So I'm just going to copy this out, come back here and I'll paste this here. So you notice now that all our containers are now set to absolute position. Okay, so this is what we'll have. Now I'm going to come over here and click on publish. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and click on preview. All right, so now that I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do here now, when we scroll down, you're going to notice something. You can see our effect taking place instantly. However, these other containers do not have background. There is a reason for that. So now what I'm going to do here is when you scroll back up, you're going to have this like that. Okay, so let's go back to our code. And then I'm just going to come over here and let's take this out. Then I'll come back here to my code. And I'll come over here and copy out this mesh PG class, CSS class. And I'll add it here to the first container here. I'll come over to the advanced settings and then I'm going to add it here. Okay, then I'll add it also here. Okay, so now you're going to see the effect is going to take place, that is going to take place on both containers. Okay, so now let's come back here and copy out our code and let's paste it back. Now I'm going to come over here and paste the code back. Okay, now let's click on publish. Okay, so now when we scroll, this is what's going to happen. You can see here, you notice that our image is moving a little bit. As you can see, it's moving a little bit, and then we'll have a background here that looks like it is alive. As you can see, it's also moving. Now let's come back here and then come over to this first container here, which we have that image background. Now we currently have the display size set to cover. Now if we change the display size to be default and we click on publish, we're going to have a different presentation for that image there. Now let's come over here and see how it looks. So now when we scroll, this is what we're going to have our effect to take place like that. However, you can see now the image is much more proactive, and this can actually cause visitor retention, keep your visitors busy on your website, as you can see. Okay, so this is also beautiful. You can either set it to display size cover, or display size default, depending on how you want it to be. Okay, so now let's come back here. I'm going to pause the video where I add the various classes here to each of the remaining containers, so we'll have a background for them. All right, so I've successfully added the various CSS classes for the background feature. Now we'll come over here to our website and we'll scroll down. This is what we're going to have here. We can see our cards now have background, and this looks beautiful with this image doing its thing here and our background looking like it's active like that. So now let's come back here for the mobile. what I've done here on the mobile is our effect doesn't take place on the mobile because of the difference in screen size. So this is how it appears on the mobile. Okay, so what I do here is I come over here, and then for this last one here, it's not good being at the last, so we're gonna arrange the position, and then come over here to where we have order. I'm gonna set it to the start, so it's gonna go to the top. And then for this particular image here, we're gonna come back here to the advanced settings, and then we're gonna come over here and set the order to the end. Now I'm going to come over to the grid container, go to the advanced settings, so that our mobile design doesn't feel static or something. So we just add a little bit of motion for it. So come over to the entrance motion to be sliding up like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on publish. And then when you come over here, it's going to refresh. We're just going to have it as usual. Let's check out design on live preview. Let's refresh this page. So now when you scroll down, this is what you're going to have here. And then when you scroll back up, you're going to have this as well. Okay, you scroll down, you have this cool effect with your image moving here. And then eye grabber, that can serve as an eye grabber. Okay, and then we can check it out on tablet. This is how it looks on tablet and on mobile as well. We'll now add this sliding effect with this particular effect also present on mobile. So that's pretty much it about this tutorial. If you like what you see, remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to our channel, remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified first when I drop a new video. Feel free to drop your comment wherever you're confused, and I'll do what to attend to as much as I can. But until then, see you in our next video. Bye bye.